Harry Potter and the 5 absolute worst things he's ever done is the latest installment of the Harry Potter franchise. Nah, I'm just kidding, but you already knew that, which just makes this whole opening a complete waste of time. Anyway, Harry Potter wasn't that nice all of the time. Yeah, he saved the world and he destroyed Lord Voldemort, big whoop. However, he also done some pretty crappy things along the course of his time as a Hogwarts student, and for the purposes of this video I've done a little research to see what the actual worst things he's done were. I have narrowed it down to 5. Trust me, there's more, but for this video I'm just going to go with 5. The Voldemort video I made about the 5 things he was right about seemed to do quite well, so I thought I'd apply it to different characters and different perspectives, and let's see where these videos take us. So let's get right to it. Here is the 5 absolute worst things Harry Potter has done. Number 5. Trashing Dumbledore's office. If you've only ever seen the movies, then you won't have known about this incident, and that's okay. It's not a crime if you've only seen the movies. Some people love Harry Potter and haven't read the books, but anyway, this is a big surprise that Harry would do such a thing, because personally I struggle to imagine Daniel Radcliffe as Harry smashing up Dumbledore's office, so I'm kinda glad this stayed off the big screen. Anyway, Harry literally returns from the Battle of the Department of Mysteries and is grieving over the loss of Sirius Black, while trying to accept that Voldemort really has returned and that people are very likely going to die. Dumbledore then decides to drop what the prophecy truly means, that Harry is the chosen one and that neither he nor Voldemort can survive while the other one lives. This sends Harry completely over the edge and he just starts breaking and smashing things in the headmaster's office. He goes on an absolute rampage, destroying several of what I'd assume to be priceless artifacts. It's probably the most aggressive I've seen Harry appear, and only for the extremely difficult situation he was now in, he'd most likely have faced serious punishment. Number 4. Treating Parvati Patil awfully. This is something I don't think gets near enough attention because it really is one of the worst things Harry has done, hands down. Harry knows how it feels to like someone. He felt strongly for Cho Chang and it hurt him to see her choose Cedric, because realistically, she was his first proper crush. Obviously, he doesn't take her to the Yule Ball, but instead takes Parvati Patil, who herself had a genuine crush on the boy who lived. She was delighted at the prospect of even going to the ball with Harry, and yeah, she did enjoy being in the limelight due to the attention Harry was getting, but it doesn't take away from the fact that she did like him. Then we had Ron, who took her sister Padma because he couldn't even acknowledge how he felt about Hermione to begin with, let alone ask her to the ball. So Harry and Ron sit and sulk the entire night, wishing their dates were other people, refusing to dance and barely speaking a word to the girls. Harry basically had his back to Parvati and completely ruined her first real experience at a ball and what looks like a first real date. He didn't even apologise for being absolutely unbearable and making Parvati feel like she wasn't worth his time because he couldn't have Cho. Number 3. SECTUMSEMPRA on DRACO. I've actually seen many people say this is one of Harry's coolest moments, and that SECTUMSEMPRA is a curse that they wish they could use if they had the chance. It's true, I've read it more than once and I can assure you, it's not one of Harry's coolest moments. SECTUMSEMPRA is a devastating, life-threatening curse that inflicts huge, deep gashes across the torso and face, which in turn causes intense pain, severe blood loss, and without the correct counter curse, will ultimately kill the recipient. Harry had learned of the curse in Snape's old potions textbook, a book I might add was helping him absolutely coast through potions class with complete ease. He had no idea how it would affect Draco when he used it, and there lies the big issue. It showed Harry's recklessness at using a curse he knew nothing about, only that it said for enemies. Only for Snape being in the right place at the right time, he was able to save Draco's life, and the boy walked away unharmed thanks to the potions master, who was subsequently the person who invented it and the person who invented the counter curse. Harry would have faced serious repercussions if things had gone sour and may have well been sent to Azkaban for murder. I don't think many people actually realise just how close Draco Malfoy was to death. It's definitely deserving of a place on this list, that's for sure. Number 2. Reading Snape's mind. Okay, I know Harry was still a young boy throughout the 7 books, and we're obviously going to see many signs of his immaturity, despite being the hero, as it's all part of growing, but something that really bugs me is when he reads Snape's mind. But Snape was reading his mind, that's not fair. No, Snape was penetrating Harry's mind to discover Harry's deepest secrets and feelings about those he loved as an occlumency training technique. Voldemort was already aware of the connection between he and Harry and was using it to his advantage, planting images and scenarios in the boy's head. The Dark Lord would have been only able to pluck out any piece of knowledge he had from Harry's mind unless the boy could shield himself from the attack. Occlumency takes hours upon hours of practice while requiring intense concentration. Snape probed Harry again and again to teach Harry the effects of the technique from an attacking standpoint. He pushed Harry to his limits, stressing the point that it will be even worse when Voldemort entered his mind. Harry, in frustration, reversed the attack on Snape, penetrating his mind when the professor was caught off guard. Harry was worse off as he learned how much of a bully his dad was to Snape when they both attended Hogwarts. He thought of his father as this kind of hero, so it was quite a bitter feeling to see him in such a position. Still, Harry had no right to invade the mind of a man who was just trying to help. Snape was furious at Harry's actions and discontinued the lessons. Number 1. Insulting Remus Lupin. Sometimes it doesn't have to be an action to be the worst thing someone has done, and in this case it was words that did the damage on Harry's behalf, nothing else. I'm talking about the predicament he had with Remus Lupin during the Deathly Hallows book. Remus had left a pregnant Nymphadora Tonks at home to go fight against Voldemort and also to oversee that Harry and the others were okay. He was really disappointed that Harry wouldn't tell him the secret mission they were on, but still asked to come along anyway. Harry was already furious that Lupin had abandoned his wife and their forthcoming child, and believed it to be that Remus was overstepping in his role the entire fight. He labelled Remus a coward for leaving Tonks, and accuses him of trying to step into Sirius's shoes by being a daredevil. This is a man who has done what he thought was the right thing to do in order to actually protect his family. Normally quite rational in an escalating situation, Remus was absolutely furious and blasted Harry into the wall before separating, which shocked Hermione and Ron, who watched on. However, they were quick enough to scold Harry for his words, and the latter was only too quick himself to agree with them, immediately regretting what he said. This is another moment I'm glad we didn't see on screen, as it really doesn't reflect Harry's true character, nor the Harry that Daniel played on screen. Anyway guys, with that being said, that's the 5 absolute worst things Harry Potter has done, from my perspective, that is. If you would like to argue different things that Harry has done, then please do so in the comment section below, instead of unsubscribing from the channel, which seems to be a common trait with a lot of subscribers these days who disagree with what I say. Anyway, thanks for watching, have a great day, and I will see you all in the very next video.